Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Well, a state policeman at the county seat depot on the lookout for Ellie Connors, escaped reform school girl, prevented Lum and Abner from sending Ellie to Wisconsin. And in order to keep her from being caught, Lum shoved Abner on the train in her place. Then Squire Skimp appeared, and to allay suspicion, Lum said the girl was his niece, and was left no alternative but to bring her back to Pine Ridge. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Ellie in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Listen.
Ellie, I told you once to put down that broom. I don't want you sweeping out the store.
Yes, but the floor needs to be swept.
Well, maybe so, but that ain't going to look very good if somebody comes in here and sees my little niece sweeping out. They'll wonder what kind of uncle I am.
Well, the floor's kind of dirty, though, and I can sweep it fast. We had to keep our rooms awful clean at the home, so I know how to do it good.
Yeah, I know you do, but it still don't look right. I'll have Mousy do it.
Oh, he ain't working here no more.
He ain't? What do you mean he ain't working here no more?
Well, he called up once when he was back in the feed room, and he said he was going to work at the defense plant.
Oh, well, good for him. Yeah, me and Abner was trying to get him to do that. Yeah, I'm proud to hear that. Yeah, it ought to do him some good.
Your phone rang.
Huh. Oh, yeah, I hear it. But don't you start sweeping now while I'm answering it.
No, I won't.
Hello, Jot 'em Down store and library. Lum Eddard speaking.
Lum Eddard speaking.
Why, no, Abner ain't back yet, Elizabeth, but I'm expecting him most any time now. Oh, sure, he'll be back. Mom? Oh, yeah, well, I'll have him call you just quick as he gets in. Yes, Mom. All right, Elizabeth. Not at all. Goodbye.
Gee, when do you think Mr. Peabody will get back?
I don't know. Just twixt me and you, I'm beginning to get a little worried. Of course, I know Abner can take care of himself all right, but I figured sure he'd be back by now.
Well, maybe he went clean to Wisconsin.
Oh, no.
Well, that ticket of mine, the one you gave him before we pushed him on the train, that went clean to Wisconsin.
Yeah, but that was just a half-fare ticket. I ain't gonna let a growed-up adult of a man like him ride very far on a youngin's ticket.
What would they do to him? Arrest him?
Oh, no, the conductor will just put him off the train at the first stop they come to. He'll get back some way. Don't worry about him.
Gee, hope he brings back that satchel with those pretty clothes you bought for me.
Oh, Granny's, that's right, ain't it? He was lugging that thing with him, weren't he?
I hope he brings them back.
Oh, I might not. Sure he will. And if he don't, why, we'll just get you some more. I know one thing. I don't believe you ought to wear that dress you got on much longer. The one you cut and made over from one of Little Pearl's dresses.
Don't you like it?
Oh, yeah, I like it fine, but it come right nigh getting us in trouble last night when me and you taking supper with Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah, you mean when Mrs. Peabody kept saying our girl had a dress made out of that same material.
Yeah, she kept saying it, too. And every minute I expected her to run upstairs to get out Little Pearl's dress to show you and find out it wasn't there.
Gee, that was a narrowly escape, wasn't it?
Yeah. Seems like that's about all we've had lately is narrow escapes.
Do you think folks believe I'm really your niece?
Why, sure they do. They know I've got relates up in Wisconsin. Nobody here has never seen none of them. Well, sworn to goodness. Who's that old trampy-looking feller coming up out there?
Gee, I don't... Why, that's him. That's Mr. Peabody.
Well, I do know. I never even knowed him.
See, he's got my satchel.
He sure is the world.
Oh, Mr. Peabody.
Well, where in the world have you been? Granny's, what's the trouble, Abner?
Oh, just let me sit down before I fall.
Here, let me help you, Abner.
Oh.
You look exhausted. Sit down here, right here.
Yeah, I can make it all right, I reckon.
Yeah, that's it.
Doggies, I've never been so wore out in all my born days. Bound you, I wore my feet off clean up to the knees. Just look at the bottom of them shoes there. Wore right through to my socks. And for the skin, too, I think.
Goodness, have you been walking all this time?
Did you walk clean back from Wisconsin?
Doggies, I feel like it.
How far did you get on the train before they put you off?
I got plumb to Heavener, Oklahoma.
Heavener?
Yes,
for
sir.
Goodness sakes. Well, I thought sure they'd put you off right there at Akron or Howard.
Well, I kept trying to tell the conductor that I was on there by mistake, but the train was so crowded and he's so busy he never looked at my ticket till we got just this side of Heavener.
Granny, you did have a trip of it.
And I had to stand up on the train even. And when I did finally get off, why, the latch on this dadgum hand satchel here come open. All them girls' clothes fell out of it. I was a laughing stock of that depot. Never been so embarrassed in all my life.
Oh, for goodness
Well,
sake.
it weren't no laughing matter,
No,
Lum.
I know it weren't, Abner.
I ain't laughing, Mr. Peabody. I'm sorry.
Well, bless your heart, sis. I'm proud somebody's sorry. I Douglas Lum, I never will forgive you for shoving me onto that train if I live to be 200 years old.
Well, Granny, what else could we do, Abner? There was that state policeman checking all the young'uns getting off the train. And Ellie was next in line. He got a good look at Ellie and started questioning her while he didn't know for sure.
I know. I reckon it was about all that we could do.
We just had to make it look like it was you instead of her that was making a trip.
I'm sorry you had to do this for me, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, that's all right, honey. Don't you fret your mind. I never mind it so much. Fact is, I sort of enjoyed the trip, I reckon.
Well, what'd you do after you got off the train? Try to buy a ticket back to the county seat?
Buy a ticket? I never had a cent of money with me, not a red cent. You recollect you made me give all my money to Ellie to spend on her trip.
Hey, that's right.
Why,
I
sure.
plumb forgot that.
Well, you can have the money back now. I ain't spent none of it.
Well, it won't do me no good now, honey.
Well, what'd you do then? Hike hitch?
Well, I started out to, but I just get little old bitty rides nobody's going for. Seemed like everybody might nigh whizzed on by me. Acted like they scared of me or something. Wouldn't even stop, and I'd wave at them and everything.
Well, I wouldn't wonder. You do look a sight, Abner.
Well,
Have you saw yourself in a looking glass?
No, me, I don't want to look at myself long. I want to sit down and rest. I never got as far behind my setting in my life as I am right now. Tell you, I come to some little old town up there and never did find out the name of it, and the constable there tried to arrest me.
Arrest you?
Yes, sir.
For having a half-fare ticket?
Oh, he claimed I was vagrant or something. I told him I wasn't no such a thing. I was a full-blood American. Ought to been able to tell that I don't talk no foreign accents.
Well, he just meant you never had no means of support.
Well, I did. I was leaning on a hitching post when he come up and started talking to me.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I said I was so tired I'd have fell flat down if I hadn't have been. Then the worst thing of all happened. The latch on that satchel come unhooked again. Them girls' clothes spilled all over the road.
Oh, gee, I better get to washing now.
So right away, this constable accused me of stealing stuff, and he's going to lock me up right then and there.
He was, huh?
Yeah, and then his woman come out and called him in to supper, so natural he couldn't do it then.
Well, that would have been kind of hard to explain what them girls' clothes were doing in your hand satchel.
I know it. I tried my best to, but I know he never believed me.
Yeah, Granny, you sure had the experiences.
Oh, me, I could write a book about him. If I weren't so wore out, I could. I don't believe I'll ever be able to walk again as long as I live.
I'll get a tub of water and you can soak your feet in it. Would you like that?
Would you do that, honey? I'd appreciate that more than every one thing I can think of. Here, wait a minute, Ellie. You get on back there in the feed room. Somebody see you out here. Hurry up now. Go on back there and hide.
Cram yourself down, Abner. She don't need to hide no more.
Huh?
This ain't Ellie Connors that escaped from the reform school.
It ain't? Well, who is it then? It sure looks like her.
This is my niece.
Your niece?
From Wisconsin.
And my name's Mary.
How?
You see, Abner, after the train pulled out at the county seat, the other one who should we run right smack into but Squire Skimp.
Squire Skimp?
Yes, sir. So
Oh,
we
my
had to do some quick thinking, and we studied up twixt ourselves that Ellie was my niece. She thought of it first.
Well,
Just made out like she's coming here for a visit.
well, I do know.
And then Squire sort of forced himself onto us, and he insisted on riding back to town with us. So there weren't nothing to do but just bring Ellie or Mary back here. And it worked out pretty good, too, because now she can be in town without nobody stationing her.
I dogged that was a good idea, Lum. Well, does everybody in town know about it now? I mean, about her being your niece?
Oh, yeah, we go right out in public. Went to church yesterday. Fact is, we taken supper last night over at your place. Elizabeth invited us.
Well, good for, oh, my goodness, oh, me, Elizabeth, she'll skin me alive for being gone so long.
No, she won't. I fixed it all up for you.
Huh?
I told her we was having trouble with the wholesale house, so you had to stay over and take care of it.
Did she believe it?
Well, she appeared like she did.
So you're supposed to call her quick as you get here, Mr. Peabody.
Yeah, that's right, Abner. Elizabeth seems terrible anxious to get in touch with you.
Yeah, well, Lauck, will you call her for me? I couldn't walk from here over that telephone. My life depended on it.
Sure, I'll do it for you. Sit still.
I'll go and get that tub of water for you.
I wish you would, honey. Bucket of water'd feel awful good. Oh, my poor feet. Poor old feet.
Hello, Elizabeth. This is Lum.
Doggies.
Yeah, he got back just now.
I'll never walk.
Well, he's sort of busy right now, Elizabeth. Could I take the message for him?
Gonna ride every place I go.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see.
Bound you my feet'll never speak to me again.
Why, sure, he can get off early. Fact is, I think he ought to.
Get me some roller skates.
Oh, yeah, he'll enjoy that. Yeah, all right, I'll tell him, Elizabeth. Not at all, not at all. Goodbye.
What'd she want, Lum?
She says you and her are invited to a box supper of some kind.
Doggies, I'm so hungry I could eat the box food and everything right now.
And you'll have to go home early today to make it.
Huh? What?
See, this is a new kind of a box supper, a patriotics box supper. Save gas and tars. Being held down in Elderberry Grove, and you're going to hike out there.
Hike? I won't do it.
Well, you've got to,
No,
Abner.
sir.
Well,
No.
you can't tell Elizabeth you've been walking all over the country without explaining all about Ellie here.
Doggies, that's 4 mile over and 4 mile back, Lum. 8 mile. I'll never make it.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner are breathing easier now that they've found a new identity for the little 12-year-old girl they have befriended. As far as Pine Ridge is concerned, she is now Lum's niece from Wisconsin, rather than Ellie Connors, who escaped from a reform school nearly 2 weeks ago. As we look in our little community today, we find the old fellows in their jot-em-down store and library. Abner is talking on the telephone. Listen.
Yes, Mom? A can of coffee, or a sack of coffee. Oh, sure, the points is off of it now. Yeah, but most of it comes in sacks. Why, sure, we got plenty left.
Here's a curious thing, Abner.
Anything else now, Miss Barton?
Now that folks can get all the coffee they want again, they don't appear to want it so bad no more.
All right. All right, well, fine, Miss Barton. This afternoon, I reckon we can get it over there to you. Mom? Oh, Mary's just fine, thank you. Yes, Mom. All right, much obliged. Goodbye.
Did she ask about Mary?
Doggies, I couldn't think who she's talking about for a minute, though. You know, I just keep forgetting that Ellie's name is Mary now that she's supposed to be your niece, Mom.
Well, that's something you better practice to where you don't forget it no more.
Oh, well, now, I'll get on to it all right.
You was to forget and call her Ellie one of these days, they'd know for sure who she is.
I won't forget. I ain't as ignorant as I appear to be. Whereabouts is Mary at now, Mom?
Send her outside.
Outside?
You know, when she's in the store, she thinks she's got to work all the time.
Oh.
Feared folks will get suspicious about that.
Yeah.
Ain't natural for a 12-year-old young'un to want to work that way.
Why, of course it ain't. You know, Lum, she reminds me a little bit of Elizabeth.
Elizabeth?
Yes, sir. Someday she's gonna make some feller a good woman. That is, when she gets stout enough to handle an axe and do field work, she will.
She didn't want to go a while ago, but that little Blevins girl come along, so I give both of them some money and sent them down to the drugstore to get a dish of ice cream. That is, if Ed's got any in today.
Well, that was thoughty. I doggies, you know, the folks are sure taking to Ellie, or Mary, ain't they?
Oh, yeah. I believe it's doing her a lot of good, too, you know. Seems like her face don't look so little and pinched or something.
No.
Like it did when we first seen her.
Oh, yeah, she's starting to look like a different young'un, ain't no doubts about that.
Of course, there's one thing she's got to get over, and that's looking so scared and acting suspicious every time Uncle Henry Lunsford comes around.
Oh, just scares the young'un to death.
Oh, she's going to give herself dead away if she ain't careful.
And that Uncle Henry, he takes that town marshal job of his so serious that he's suspicious of everybody he sees, just on general principles.
Yeah, but I don't believe Uncle Henry expects nothing. Leastways, he don't act that way.
Well, I sure hope he don't. I'll tell you, Lum, maybe we oughtn't to let her run around alone too much, so special places where she might bump into Uncle Henry and start talking to him and give herself away.
I ain't much worried about that no more. Nearsighted as he is and all.
Yeah.
Besides, I want her to get out as much as possible, especially with young folks her age.
Yeah. Well, I'll admit that's a good idea, but wait a minute, there comes Cedric up out there.
Cedric?
Yeah, right there, coming in.
What's he doing over here this time of day?
No telling.
I reckon he's got fired off his job at the defense plant.
I don't know. I ain't hear nothing about it.
Wonderful world.
Yeah, howdy, Cedric.
Yeah, hello, Cedric.
I notice you look awful happy for a feller's just been fired.
Fired? I ain't been fired.
Well, Lum said you was.
I never know such a thing.
You did done it, Lum.
Just ask how come Cedric wasn't at the plant now.
Oh, that's 'cause I got promoted again.
Promoted? Did you sure enough, Cedric?
Yes, Mom, I got promoted back to my old job on the graveyard shift.
Oh. Well, Lord me, that ain't much of a promotion, is it?
Yeah, you're sort of advancing backwards that way, Cedric.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm proud to get back to working all night long again. I don't like that daytime work.
Well, why don't you like it, Cedric?
Oh, I keep falling asleep all the time.
Couldn't keep awake, huh?
No, Mom, couldn't do that neither.
Well, I don't reckon you can do your best work when you're asleep. That is, not your level best anyway. Of course, it might not make much difference in your case, Cedric.
No, Mom. Say, is that little girl nephew still staying with you fellers?
Mary, you mean?
Yeah, she's still here, visiting. That reminds me, Cedric, as long as you ain't working days now, maybe you can sort of take her around and introduce her to some of the other young'uns.
Yeah, that's a good thing for you to do, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, but I don't much think I'd like that much. I don't think, hardly.
Well, why wouldn't you, Cedric?
Oh, I don't know.
Huh?
She ain't but 12-year-old. I'm too grown up of a boy for nothing like that.
Now, it ain't gonna hurt you one bit in the world, Cedric.
Of course not. You can just act like she's your little sister. Be a big brother to her.
Yeah, be a brother, that's it, Cedric.
How can I be a brother? I ain't even married. That ain't got nothing to do with it, though, has it?
Why, of course it ain't.
Well, anyways, talking to them young'uns bores me something terrible. Growed-up business fella like me.
Yeah, you ain't so growed up, Cedric.
I am too growed up. Papa says I'm even overgrown.
He does, huh?
Yes, Mom. Special for my age, he says.
Well, I still think if you wait a minute, Bogus, there comes Mary right now. This'll be a good chance for her and you to get better acquainted too, Cedric.
Well, I have to be going, I think.
No, you don't now. You stay right there, Cedric. Just stay right there. Down you ain't got a thing in the world to do.
I ain't even checked in at the pinball machine today yet.
Yeah, you don't have to. Well, hello, Mary.
Hello.
Did you get your ice cream all right, sis?
Uh-huh. Strawberry, and I had chocolate stuff on it. Oh. Hello, Cedric.
Hello.
Is that all you're going to say, Cedric?
Goodbye.
Huh?
I'll see you fellas later.
Cedric, you come back here.
Yeah, you ain't leaving yet, Cedric. Mary, Cedric here said he'd love to sort of show you around the town.
He did?
Yeah, play games with you, Mary.
Play games?
That's what he said, Mary. So why don't him and you just, go summers and get better acquainted with one another?
Well, gee, I think I better get to work.
Now, listen here, young lady. You can get that idea right out of your mind. There ain't a speck of work that you have to do. Now, run along with Cedric and enjoy yourself.
Well, if you want me to.
Well, of course we do. Now, run along.
Go on, Cedric. Don't look that away there. Stand there twisting and squirming that away. Go on.
All right. Doggone it anyway.
Cedric.
Oh, we'll see you young'uns when you get back. Now go ahead and have a good time.
Yeah, so long.
So long.
Well, go on, Cedric, and holler.
Well, I'm going. Go on.
Well, here we are.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello.
What part of the town is nice? I mean, whereabouts do you want to show me around to?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, what part of the town do you like best?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh. Well, what would you like to do?
I don't know.
You're funny. Is that all you know how to say?
No, Mom. I can say a lot of stuff. I'm a big, grown-up businessman, fella.
Well, what else can you say then?
Oh, I don't know.
What kind of games was it you wanted to play?
I don't want to play no games of no kind, I don't think.
Oh. Well, maybe I could think up an awful easy one for you.
I don't know how to play many games except the pinball machine.
Oh.
That's all I can play. I can't catch on to none of them other than very good.
Mm-hmm. Well, shall we just talk about stuff then? You know, like life and things.
I reckon so. I don't know.
We can talk about the war. All the grown-ups do, I know. It's awful interesting, too. I seen in a newspaper this morning where the Russians was doing awful good, making advancements and all that. Did you know that, Cedric?
Did I know what?
I mean, about the Russians and the war.
Oh. What kind of a war are they in?
Gee, don't you read the newspapers?
Yes, Mom. Every day. Dick Tracy, I read him. Do you think Miss Pruneface is very pretty?
Who's Mrs. Pruneface?
Oh, the woman with the whip. Don't you know nothing?
No. Well, maybe we can talk about books. Have you read any of them?
Well, Mr. Abner read me one once about Tinky Winky the Rabbit. I liked it a little bit. Not much, though, I don't think. Reading's too hard.
Well, I'll bet you I know some books you'd like. They're about detectives and stuff. I took them out of the library when Uncle Lum wasn't looking because he wouldn't want me to read them. And one of them's named, I can't think of it now.
Well, I don't want to read nothing, no way. Reading always has too many words in it.
Oh, I know now. No, you like this, too. It's Alice Jimmy Valentine.
Who?
Alice Jimmy Valentine. Come on, Cedric.
Where are we going?
I hid them around back of the store. Let's go around there and find them.
Well, I don't want to find them.
Oh, come on. This will be fun, Cedric. You'd like it.
Excuse me a minute, Miss Mariel. Gotta run back to the store. I forgot something, I think.
Oh, well, all right, Cedric, but you hurry back now. I'll be trying to think up something easier for it to do.
Yes, Mom? Hey, Mr. Abner. Mr. Lum.
What is it, Cedric? I thought you and Mary was going somewhere.
Well, I ain't gonna do it. This kid stuff's went too far.
Went too far?
Yes, Mom, I done everything I could study up to entertain her, but now you know what she wants to do?
No, what, Cedric?
She wants me to play hide and seek with a couple of little kids named Alice and Jimmy Valentine.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the community apparently believes that Ellie Connors, the escaped reform school girl, is Lum's niece Mary from Wisconsin. And it has also accepted her into the social life of the town. Cedric is about the only person who feels that he's too old to associate with a 12-year-old girl. As we look in a little community today, we find Lum in the Jot-'em Down store and library. Abner is just entering. Listen.
Hold it away to the mill to make a coffee. Well, hey, Lum.
What is it, Abner?
I just heard some good news, I believe.
Yeah?
I had to make a deal over down there by the jail, and I run into Uncle Henry Lunsford down there.
Uh-huh.
And he said that they'd just about give up the search for Ellie.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Henry told me that last night. They ain't giving it up altogether, of course, but leastways they figure she's got pretty far away from here by now.
Well, I know that's good news anyway, ain't it?
Yeah, but you know the curious thing about this, Abner, now that Mary's practical safe from getting caught, I'm starting to worry about it.
Worry about it?
I mean, I've got to where I believe we ought to report this whole thing to the state reformatory.
Huh?
Well, it just seems like that's the thing to do. Go right direct to them and tell them Ellie's here and that she's been here and we've been hiding her and everything.
Well, Lord, me, Lum, that's the one exact thing we've been trying to keep anybody from doing.
I know it is. I know it. But now that we've made a success out of it, I can sort of look back on it and see that maybe we ain't done the right thing, maybe.
Well, now, Lum, you know good and well we tried our best to send her back to that reformatory, and we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it when she first got here. And now it'd be harder than ever to do it. Doggy, you know, she just seems like my own daughter, might not, Lum.
Yeah, I know it. I've been calling her my niece so much now that I'm getting to where I actually believe she is.
Oh, no, we'll never in the world be able to do it, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but Abner, I'm afraid things can't go on this way. Someday this has got to be squared up with the law, and you know that as well as I do.
Well, yeah, I reckon so.
Must have been some good reason why Ellie was put in a reformatory in the first place.
Yeah, it might have been a mistake, too, Lum.
Well, they don't generally make mistakes.
Now, Lum, you know Ellie could never have did nothing wrong. I just don't believe she could.
I feel the same way, but she must have.
Never.
I've tried to ask her about it, but she don't appear to want to talk about it much.
Oh, no, she don't, no.
And it makes her feel so bad, I ain't got the heart to go on asking her.
No, but I know one thing, Lum, we ain't never going to be able to send her back there, I can tell you that.
Well, I weren't aiming on doing that. Here's what I figured, Abner. I figured I'd go to the reformatory myself.
You?
Yeah.
Well, Lum, you ain't did nothing wrong. And besides, you're too old, Lum. They wouldn't take you in there.
I know
Another thing, that's a girls' reformatory, Lum.
Abner, I'm just going there for Ellie's sake.
Well, I get the idea. Sure, you're going there in place of Ellie, but it'll never work. Of course, you might dress yourself up to where you look like a woman, Lum, but never no 12-year-old girl, I can tell you that right now.
Abner, all I'm aiming to do is to tell them about Ellie and get all the information about her I can.
Well, you can get information just as well in your own clothes. You don't have to wear no woman's dress, Lum.
I ain't going to wear no woman's dress.
Oh, well, I'm proud to hear that. Doggy, you can get some of the curious ideas that sometimes, Lum, anybody I ever seen. Someday you're going to get yourself throwed in the insane asylums, too, with ideas like that.
Well, if I did, it'd be a relief from what I have to put up with around here, I'll tell you that.
That dress idea just weren't no good at all, Lum. And I ain't so sure this other idea, telling the reformatory everything, is much better, neither.
Well, it might be a mistake, all right. Might even get us in trouble, but I'm going to do it anyways. Fact is, I'm going tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, sir. The sooner the quicker, I always say. And here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to tell how Ellie's such a good worker and a good girl and all, and we're giving her a new chance at life and stuff like that. Maybe they'll parole her out and make me her guardian.
You reckon they'll do that, sure enough?
Well, they might. All we can do is hope.
Hey, doggy, wait a minute, oh. How about letting me be the guardian? I've had more experience at being a papa than you've ever had, Lum.
No, I'd be better for that.
No, sir, you wouldn't know such a thing. I'll tell you what. Let's just flip a coin first.
No, now, Abner. No, I'm a natural-born guardian. I look more like one you do.
Let's just flip a coin. That's a fair way to do it now, ain't it? I admit to it, Lum. That's the only fair way.
All right, but I still
All right, here's a nickel. And I'll even let you flip it. Go on, throw it on the table there so we can both see it. And heads, you can be the guardian, and tails, I get to be it.
All right, well, turn loose the nickel.
Oh, all right. Excuse me. Oh. Look out, watch it. It's rolling off the other side of the table there, Lum. Watch it there. Look there, it went right off there.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd that thing go? Let's see now. Went right over on this end.
Howdy.
Where'd it land, Lum? In the chair here?
I think so, but don't pay no attention to it now. Howdy, Grandpap.
Lum, I want to know where the thing went here.
Hush up, Abner. What's the matter? Ain't you speaking to me today, Abner?
Huh? Oh, well, howdy, Grandpap. How are you?
Oh, just only tolerably. Sort of wore out. Been sloshing around sort of like water in a barrel.
Yeah.
Light for a few minutes.
Yeah, wait a minute, Grandpap. Don't sit in that chair there.
Oh, it's all right. It's comfort enough. I can't stay long no way.
Yeah, but wait a minute. There's something in it.
Oh,
now.
that's all right. It don't bother me none. It's hard I could sit on a pincushion and enjoy it.
Well, stand up just a minute, Grandpap.
Abner, don't bother him.
Huh?
Can't let him know what we was talking about.
Oh.
Hey, what you fellas whispering about?
Oh, nothing, Grandpap. Nothing at all.
Oh. Guess who I seen on the street today, Abner?
I ain't got the least idea. Grandpap, wouldn't you rather sit over here in this rocker here?
No, thank you, Abner. This is fine here. Much obliged, though. It's mighty thoughty of you to look after my comfort. Guess who I seen today?
I don't know.
Grandpap, don't you have to go somewhere over to Dick Huddleston's store or something?
Yeah, and see about delivering telegrams or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I reckon I ought to, but I ain't so busy that I can't sit for a minute and pass the time of the day with my friends. No, sir, I always said that. Not me. I ain't like that. No, I've always got time for my friends, always.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir, I seen Ned Danbury on the street today. Said to say hello to you.
Ned Danbury?
Yeah, that's who I seen.
I don't believe we know him.
Oh, sure you do, Abner. Second cousin to Egbert Conway.
Who?
Egbert Conway. You recollect him.
Egbert Conway.
Used to live in Potter. And in Hatfield. And in Olden. Just a drifter was all he was. Drifter.
I don't recollect him.
Always on the move. Huh?
You recollect that feller there, that Conway feller?
No, that name ain't even familiar to me. How soon did you have to be running along, Grandpap? Just a drifter was all he was. Finally settled in Hot Springs. Got himself a little shop there. Sells souvenirs.
Well.
Finds fancy stones and polishes them up and prints Hot Springs, Arkansas on them and sells them to tourists. Makes a hand-to-foot living out of it, sort of.
Uh-huh.
The interesting thing about Egbert is that he ain't set a razor to his face since he was 21 years old. His 21st birthday. Remind me to tell you fellas about that sometime.
Yeah, we will. Maybe you can tell us tomorrow, as long as you have to leave now.
Yep, it's a good idea. Yeah, it's an interesting story. Interesting.
Oh, my God.
No, sir, not since his 21st birthday has Egbert Conway set a razor to his face.
Yeah, you told us that, Grandpap. Well, me and Lum got to get to work here now.
And it was all on account of the Indians, too.
Huh? Indians?
Yep, the Indians. Abner, have you ever saw an Indian with a beard? Or one with a mustache, even?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I ever have. Of course, I don't see many Indians no more.
Hey, you'll never see them with whiskers, I'll tell you that. Some of the women Indians might have them, but never none of the men folks.
Yeah, well, that's right, interesting, Grandpap. We'll see you tomorrow, then.
Yep, all right. No, sir, every Indian is smooth-faced.
Oh, my.
And I'll tell you why. Because they got some kind of a rock that they rub on their faces. That keeps the whiskers off.
Rub rocks on their faces?
It does.
Sassy, Fred.
It does. Now, it does that. Well, come to think about it, I've heard tell of that myself, I think. Never knowed where it was true or not, though. Well, it's the truth. And Egbert heard about that. So when his 21st birthday come along, his papa bought him a razor. But Egbert, taking the razor, swapped it for a pair of fancy sleeve garters, and then he got a batch of rocks and started rubbing them on his face.
My doggy's Grandpap,
He done
you
it.
can't get me to believe no such a thing as that.
It's the truth, Abner. He taken them pigeon-toed rocks and rubbed them right on his flat-footed face.
Oh, Prattle.
He done it. Every day he done it. Ever since his 21st birthday. Learned it from the Indians.
Do you mean to stand there, or sit there, and try to tell me that them rocks kept the whiskers off in his face?
Oh, no. No, the rocks never seemed to phase his whiskers at all. Fact is, Egbert's got quite a good-sized beard.
Well, for the land's sakes, what's he keep rubbing rocks on his face every day for then?
Why, to polish 'em, silly. That's how he polishes all them fancy rocks that he sells for souvenirs. Prince Hot Springs, Arkansas, right on 'em, right across the top of 'em. Makes a hand-to-foot living out of it, sort of.
Well, if that don't beat all.
Well, got to be running along, feller. Sorry to have to leave so soon.
Oh, that's all right. Proud to have you do it, Grandpa.
Yeah, here's a nickel in this chair I'm sitting in.
Oh,
Here you are, Lum. Is it yours?
wait, Grandpap, what did it say there when you picked it up?
What'd they say?
Yeah, I mean, was it heads or tails up when you picked it up there?
Oh, heads up, I believe. Yeah, that's what it was, head.
Dad damn it all.
Yeah, I'll see you fellers later. So long.
Yeah, so long.
Well, I reckon that settles who's going to be Ellie's guardian.
He might have been wrong, old Lum. No, he might have been wrong. I believe he was, yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Grandpap's got a good eyesight, Abner. I'll say that for him.
Yeah, but he just sort of glanced at that nickel. I don't believe he looked at it good enough to be able to tell you.
Hey, fellers.
What is it now, Grandpa?
Yeah, I was wrong there.
Wrong?
Yeah,
See there, Lum? What'd I tell you? Good for you,
Well,
Grandpa.
that don't count. He said it was heads, and that's what counts.
No, sir, no, sir. He can change his mind. Yes,
No,
sir.
he can't neither.
Yes, he can. It was tails, wasn't it, Grandpa?
What's that, Abner?
Was it tails or heads that was up?
Heads, I told you once.
Oh, I thought you said you was wrong.
Oh, yeah, well, I was wrong about that. That weren't Egbert Conway that rubbed rocks on his face. It was Lester Corbin. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog it, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the search for Ellie Connors has virtually been abandoned in the Pine Ridge area, so the 12-year-old girl, now named Mary and posing as Lum's niece, is quite safe. However, Lum feels that things cannot go on this way, and so he's decided to go to the reformatory, explain everything, and attempt to get the girl paroled. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner, from the Jot 'em Down store and library, helping Lum prepare for the trip.
Well, I reckon I got about everything packed that I'm going to need on the trip.
Yeah, or two. You got some oranges, Lum?
Oh, yeah, got a few of them tucked away in the hand satchel.
Oh, they're awful handy. Reckon how long you be going, Lum?
Oh, 3-4 days. Oughtn't to be gone more than a week, I know that.
Is that Cedric driving you into the depot at the county seat?
No, I'm going to have to catch a ride in on a mail hack, I reckon.
The mail hack?
Cedric can't make it.
Well, I do know that's a shame.
Yes, well, I ain't taking no more stuff along than I have to. Don't want to lug a heavy suitcase around with me.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. And looks like you got plenty there. Lum, I've just been thinking about this. Now, before you leave, are you sure that you're doing the right thing in doing this?
Well, I've studied about it quite considerable, and I believe I am.
Well, I don't know, Lum. Quick as you start telling them about us hiding Ellie, why, they're liable to throw you right in a penitentiary. Then rush out here and get Ellie and put her right back in the reformatories. Might put me in the reformatories, too. There ain't no telling.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
They might, Lum.
For one thing, I'm a justice of the peace, you know. That ought to help me a whole lot.
Yeah. Either help you or get you throwed out of the job, one, I know that.
Well, being a justice will make it appear like this is sort of official business I'm doing.
It will, huh?
Oh, yeah. Then I'm going to put up a good strong argument to get Ellie out of there.
Huh.
And I believe they'll listen to me.
Doggy, I sure hope they do.
Yeah, I've got it all studied up what I'm going to say to them.
You have, huh?
Yeah.
Well, be sure you say the right thing, Lum. I still wish, though, that you'd get them to make me her guardian instead of you, Lum.
Well, maybe we can both be guardians.
Huh?
We don't want to have no arguments about
No,
it.
I don't want to argue, no.
But anyway, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
The important thing right now is to get her out of there first.
Yeah, sure, you're right about that, Lum. No, we won't argue. Well, will you send me a postcard while you're gone?
Yeah, I might be able to send you one from Hot Springs. Have to lay over there a few hours.
Yeah, send that and show a picture of the hotel there, and then you can put an X on the room where you're staying at.
Well, I sent you one of them the last time I was in Hot Springs.
Yeah, I know it, but that's my favorite postcard.
Never put no X on it, but I put a R pointing to the window.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to have another one of them. That's an awful pretty picture. Wait a minute. There comes Ellie up out there, Lum.
Ellie?
Yeah.
Be sure now, don't mention where I'm going.
Oh, no, I won't. That'd scare her half to death.
Yeah, she's more likely to run away from it.
Oh,
you
she
know
will.
that.
Yeah.
Don't let her know nothing about this till I get back.
No.
And if it turns out good, why, it'll be one of the biggest prizes she ever had.
Wait a minute, old Lum. Whereabouts do you want me to say that you're going?
I don't know. Oh, tell her I'm just...
Yeah, come in, Mary. Whereabouts have you been?
Oh, just down at the corner with Virginia Blevins.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about what if the world would end tomorrow.
Huh?
Goodness sakes, it's things that you young and steady have to talk about.
And then we got to wondering how the world got started and everything.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, now, quit worrying yourself about them things. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Whose suitcase is that?
Huh?
Who's going away?
Oh, why, Lum, he's just making a little trip somewhere.
Where are you going, Uncle Lum?
Oh, just a little trip, like Abner said.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but where to? The home?
Oh, no, of course not. Whatever put a silly idea like that in your head?
That's a ridiculous thing I ever heard of.
Well, where are you going then?
Why, just, fishing trips all, I think.
Yeah, that's it. A fishing trip, yeah. Lum always goes fishing long about this time of year. Oh, he just wouldn't miss it for love nor half the moon. He just loves fishing.
Yeah, just love it.
How long you going to be gone?
Oh, about a week, I think.
Gee, does it take it that long to catch fish?
It takes Lum that long. See, he ain't very good at it, Ellie.
Well, I wouldn't go so fast to say that, Arnold.
Can I go along?
Huh?
I ain't never been fishing. I've heard about it, but I ain't never been fishing. Can I go along?
Well, no, I'm afraid not, sis. You see, well, this is just for growed-up men. Going to be a lot of other growed-up fellas there, too. You wouldn't enjoy yourself at all.
Oh, no, Lord, you wouldn't like it at all, sis. Hey, I'll tell you what. Maybe when Lum's gone, why, me and you just might go fishing ourselves. Yes, sir, just make ourselves a little fishing trip out the mill pond or somewhere.
Could we really do that?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Well, here, I reckon I better close the satchel and get started.
Yeah, better, Lum.
Mail hack ought to be along directly, and I don't want to miss it. I know that.
Wait a minute before you close it.
How's that?
Why, you packed that awful terrible. Here, let me straighten things out for you.
Oh, no, now, it's all right the way it is. Besides, I got to hurry.
I'm not going to let you go with the satchel looking that way.
Oh, you won't, huh?
No, I won't.
She's getting kind of bossy, ain't she?
That's awful terrible.
Lord, me.
You must have just thrown things in here. Just look, now, if you fold your shirts more like this, why, they won't get so wrinkled.
Yeah, that suitcase does look sort of like a cat's running through there, don't it?
Of course it does. And then if you fold it... Say, are these the kind of clothes you go fishing in?
Why? What'd you say?
Well, these are your best clothes. Uncle Lum, I ain't going to let you ruin all your good clothes this way.
Well, you see, sis, it don't make no... I'm
Just take
awful
these right out of the satchel. And you can put in some overalls. I know you got some because I seen them hanging up back there in the feed room.
Now, wait a minute, sis. I can't fish in overalls.
Oh, no, never could.
No. Now, you put that stuff right back in the satchel.
No, sir. You need somebody to take care of you. You ain't got hardly no sense about stuff like this.
Yeah, but, Mary, them's the clothes I always wear to go fishing in.
Oh, yes, he does. He's right about that, man.
Yeah, I can do better with them.
Yes, he can. And, well, you see, these is awful, high-class kind of fish that Lum's going to catch on this trip, too.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Huh?
Fish is fish, and they're all wet and slippery. I know that.
Now, sis, have you ever been fishing?
No.
Well, all right, then.
You see?
You're talking to a couple of fellers that's more likely drug more fish out of the river than there are two humans that ever live. So now you better just take our word that they're high-class fish. Ain't that right, Lum?
Why, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right, Mary.
Yes, sir. I tell you, sis, you know, there's some fish you just can't catch with old clothes on. They just won't have nothing to do with you at all.
Oh, Pooh, I don't believe that.
Well, it's the truth. Yes, sir. See them fish, they swim around there and they see you sitting there in a boat and it's sort of look you over, you know. They can tell right away if you're high class enough for 'em to be caught by or not. They sort of swim up beside of you and just look you over, and then they pass the word around to the other fish, you know. They say, well, there's a nice-looking fella there. He's got on nice clothes. And they're smart. You can't fool them, can you, Lum?
No, here, sis. Give me the satchel, because I better get outside before I miss the mail bag.
Well, all right. Oh, wait a minute, though. Ain't you forgetting something?
What do you mean?
Well, the most important part. You ain't got nothing here to catch the fish with.
Uh-oh.
I know you're supposed to have poles and string and hooks and worms.
Oh, yeah, well,
you don't use none of that stuff to catch these high-class fish with, Ellie. See, they won't fall for nothing like that.
No, that's right. I won't need none of that stuff.
Oh, no, they're too smart for any of them old-timey fish poles and stuff like that.
Oh, well, how does he catch them then?
Why, he just,
How does he catch the fish?
Oh, how do you catch him? That's easy. He just, Bogus, how do you catch him, Lum?
Well, it's sort of hard to explain, sort of complicated.
Yes, it is.
You wouldn't understand it, honey.
Yes, I would. Now, how do you do it? Do you do it with a knife?
Yeah, that's it, with a knife, yeah.
Oh, but you couldn't do that. The fish would swim away too fast.
Well, you see, you have to fool them natural. See, what you do is you take your knife and then you act like you're doing something else with it, you know, or something that ain't got nothing to do with fishing, like, like peeling potatoes, for instance.
Peeling potatoes?
Yeah, that's the best. See, you sit there peeling potatoes and, well, pretty soon the fish gets curiosity and they swim up real close to the boat and, well, it just gets you interested in watching you that, well, you just reach right out and grab them. Then you skin them with a knife. That's all there are to it. Yeah.
Is that really true, Uncle Lum?
Well, there's lots of different ways of doing it, of course.
Yeah, that's the best way, though. That's the best way. I saw a feller sit there and peel a whole sack of potatoes just trying to catch a few fish.
Mm-hmm. Well, gee, you better take a lot of potatoes along then, Uncle Lum.
Well, no,
yes,
sis,
you better. You can take one of them big sacks full right there.
Hey, Lum, there's a mail hack right out there. You better get going. He won't wait, you know.
I don't want to miss that.
Well, now here, you take this sack of potatoes.
Oh, but Ellie, I tell you,
You want to catch fish, don't you?
Well, yeah, but...
All right, then you take along.
All right.
Here, Lum, I'll help you hoist it up on your back. Come on.
Can't blame it all.
Get over. Come on, here we go.
That's heavy.
I know it is. Here, get it up there. Now, you got it all right, Lum?
Yeah, I reckon so. Well... So long, Abner, Mary.
Yeah, so long, Uncle Lum. Have a good time.
Yeah, catch a lot of fish.
Yeah, I will, don't worry. Be good, Mary.
I will. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Doggy, he sure looks funny with that sack of potatoes on his back, don't he?
Say, Abner.
Well, what is it, sis?
Will you tell me something?
Why, sure.
Now that we got him loaded up with that sack of potatoes, whereabouts is Uncle Lum really going?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum has left town and is heading for the state reformatory for girls. His mission is to tell the authorities that he and Abner are keeping Ellie Connors, who escaped from the reformatory, and to attempt to get her paroled. Ellie, who is now supposed to be Lum's niece Mary, knows none of the details of Lum's trip, however. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Ellie, or rather Mary, in the Jot 'em Down store and library.
For the land's sake, sis, what are you just sitting there staring out the window for? Why don't you go outside and have some fun with your young'uns?
Oh, I better stay here and help you long as Uncle Lum is gone.
Oh, you don't need to do that. I tell you, there's a bunch of young'uns playing down there by the corner. Now, you go down there and join them.
Well, I don't want to.
Don't want to?
No. I ain't smart enough.
Ain't smart enough? Who said you weren't?
Clarence Bates, he said I weren't.
Why, he's got a nerve talking that way about you, the little varmint. He ain't so smart himself. Just wait till I get my hands on that young'un. I'll tell him a couple of things or two.
Oh, he's right, though.
Huh?
He knows about atmospheric air pressure and all that, and he asked me if I knew it, and I never.
He knows about what?
Atmospheric air pressure.
Huh?
He says it makes boiling different in different places. He knows why, too. I ain't going down the corner 'cause he's there, and I ain't smart enough.
Oh, sassy fresh, you're just as smart as every one young'un in this whole town. You just need a little more book learning's all you need. My doggies, I'm going to see that you get it, too.
School ain't started up yet, though.
I mean, I'm going to help you myself, and right now.
Gee, would you really help me?
Why, sure I would. Them books we got in the library, they ought to be good for something. Come on, let's just go over and look up some of that stuff.
All right. I don't think I'll ever be as smart as Clarence, though.
And you'll be twice as smart as him, Tom. I'll get through with you. See, now, I reckon whereabouts we look up that atmospheric pressure stuff anyway.
Well, I think Clarence read it in some kind of, science book.
Oh, it wouldn't be nothing like it. Let's see now. Where would that be?
Say, wasn't that your ring?
Huh? Oh, might have been. I never paid no attention to it. You wait right here while I answer it.
All right. Maybe I can find the right book.
Hello, John Downstore Library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, what is it, Grandpap? Checkers. No, I can't leave the store. Lum's went out of town.
Lum's been out of town.
Oh, just a little business trip. Why, no, I can't close up the store. Well, I'm sorrowful you laid up, Grandpap, but I just can't do it. Well, yeah, you can do that if you want to. Oh, don't make no difference. Give me the red ones, I reckon. All right. Goodbye. That Grandpap, he's going to play me a game of checkers by himself and do my moving for me.
Well, I found it.
Huh?
About atmospheric pressure here in this book here, see? Elementary General Science.
Oh, you must be mistaken about that, sis.
No, I ain't. No, it's got it listed right here in the index. You see there? Atmospheric pressure. And here it says, effect on boiling points.
Well, I do know. Reckon now how it happened to get in that book.
Well, that's where Clarence got it.
Well, if that Clarence can get it, I dog as you can too. What page does it say there to look on?
192.
192. Well, we'll just make quick work of this. Let's see. 192. 87. 92, yeah. Now, listen close now. If there's anything you don't understand, why, just don't be afraid to speak right up and tell me.
No, I won't.
You see, it looks like it right here. The rule about boiling under other pressures than one atmosphere is. The higher the pressure, the higher the temperature required to make the liquid boil and vice versa.
What does that mean?
Well, I reckon it means just what it says there, honey.
Oh. Well, read it over again then, huh?
Well, now, I don't believe that's the important part. This looks more interesting right here. Now, listen to this.
All right.
For example, on tops of high mountains, the temperature at which boiling takes place is so low that eggs cannot be cooked. That's cuter.
Well, why is that, Uncle Abner?
Well, let me finish this, honey. In Cripple Creek, Colorado, which is approximately 10,000 feet above sea level, it takes about twice as long to cook eggs as it does in Boston.
There, that's exactly what Clarence said.
That sounds awful curious to me, but I reckon it must be right. It's in the book.
Oh, it's right. Clarence says it so.
Well, it's just one thing to do then. That help you figure it out here now while we're right here talking about it. Of course, one thing's going to sort of hold me back, and it's 'cause I ain't never been to Cripple Creek.
Oh. Have you ever been to Boston?
No, I ain't been there neither, no. But I'll say one thing for me, though. I've boiled a batch of eggs in my life, I know that. And I'll say this, too. It always taken just as long to cook 'em one place as it did another.
It's different in Cripple Creek, though.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. You see, it takes twice as long in Cripple Creek as it does in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Well, honey, either they're getting them overdone in Cripple Creek or they ain't getting them done enough in Boston, one or the other.
Oh, not according to Clarence, no. He says they come out the same.
Barney, that little Clarence knows too much for his own good, if you want my opinion.
Yeah, he's smart. I wish I was, too.
Takes twice as long, you see. Well, now, here's what it sort of looks like to me, Mary.
Yeah.
It just looks like them folks in Cripple Creek ain't caught on to how to cook their eggs yet.
No, it's got something to do with them being so high up in the air.
Yeah, well, that's more likely it, see. That's them hill folks there. They're awful slow about catching on to stuff like that. Awful backwards, you know, living there in the mountains and all. Sort of country people, I reckon. That's just about the trouble right there. They just ain't catched on to it.
No, that ain't it, Uncle Abner.
Well, it's bound to be. Of course, I don't think it's very nice of them folks in Boston to go around bragging on themselves.
Well, it isn't anything about Boston, though.
Well, they was bragging on how fast they could cook their eggs. Lord me alive, that ain't hard to do. Anybody knows how to boil an egg.
You got it all wrong, Uncle Abner.
Huh?
Why, Clarence would just laugh at me if I told him that.
So he better not let me catch him doing it, I can tell you that right now.
Now, Clarence said there was different boiling points in different places, because the, atmospheric pressure made it different.
Oh, prattle.
Well, maybe you better let me have the book and I'll try to figure it out.
No, now. I'll help you with it. I don't want you running around being ignorant. No, sir.
Well, you don't need to bother. You got other work to do.
No, I don't want Clarence or no other young'un to get ahead of you now, Mary. We'll do this
Your
right.
phone rings.
Huh?
You better answer it.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, now, you hold a book for just a minute. I don't lose my place. I'll explain it all to you. Jot 'em down, store library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, what do you want now, Grandpap? Huh? I lost the game? Doggies, you must have cheated then. Well, you must have. I cheated. Now, how could I? Weren't even over there. Well, now, listen here, Grandpappy Spears. You play that game over again. And this time, when it's your move, why, you move for yourself. And when it's my move, you be sure to do your best moving and no cheating. Yeah, well, you just watch it now. Play the game first. All right. Uh-huh. Goodbye. That playmate Grandpap, you can't trust him no way. Let's see now, sis, where was we at now?
Well, I think I sort of understand it now.
Yeah, but now, I want to be sure now that you get it right. Hand me the book again now.
Well, you don't need to bother.
Yes, I do now. Just like Lum always says. What's worth doing well at all is, worth doing well at all. You see, is this the page we're on right here?
Yeah,
but just a minute now. I just got another idea here and on this, too.
Abner,
No, now, be quiet now. Let me concentrate. Maybe them folks in Cripple Creek ain't using the right kind of a pan to do their cooking in. Or it might be that they ain't putting enough wood in the stove, or might be using green wood, one, you can't tell.
No, I don't believe that's it, no. You see in the book there, it says that the boiling point of a liquid...
Wait a minute, let me look at the book again now, sis. Be quiet now, just don't... Here, get your head out of the way now so I can see it. I ain't sure no more where this book knows what it's talking about or not, but it might tell something in here that we never have saw before.
Please, never mind, Uncle Abner.
A liquid will boil only when its temperature is such that its vapor pressure is equal to the pressure on its surface. That's gum that phone anyway.
Well, here, I'll put the book back on
No,
the shelf.
no, I want you to get this just a minute. Hello, jot 'em down, store. Huh? What? Now, don't tell me the checker game's over already, Grandpap. Broke up? What happened? Oh, we had an argument, huh? Well, I'm proud it broke up then, 'cause I hate to play with a feller that cheats. Why, it weren't neither me that cheated, it was you. Oh, sassafras, pretty proud of. Ornament, varmint, snake in the weeds. Here, see now. Let me see the book again now, Mary.
Well, I put it back, Uncle Abner. I think I'll go down to the corner and play with the kids.
Well, all right. That's what you want to do, honey. Go ahead.
I'm sorry I bothered you about all this.
Why, it weren't no bother at all.
Well, I won't do it again.
Oh, now, you listen here, Mary. Anytime you get another problem, you just come right to me with it. That's the only way in the world you'll ever learn these things. That's the only way.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum is still away on his secret mission to attempt to get Ellie Connors paroled from the state reform school for girls. Abner's kept pretty busy explaining Lum's trip to Ellie, who suspects that there is more to Lum's journey than she has been told. As we look in on the little community today, we find Ellie, or Mary, as she is now called, in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Abner is just entering.
Hey, Mary, look what come in the mail today.
What is it?
A postcard from Lum. He sent it from Hot Springs.
Oh, gee, can I see it?
Why, sure, it's wrote to both of us. Look here, it says, Dear Abner and Mary,
Mary.
am feeling fine. Hope you are same. Left Hot Springs and arrived here sound and safe.
Right where?
Well, wherever he's at, I reckon.
I bet you I know where that is, too.
Huh?
It's the state home.
Stay home?
He went there to find out about me and have me sent back there, too.
Now, listen here, sis. Do you actually think Lum would do a thing like that?
Well, no.
Well, I know Lum never has told you this, but he just thinks the world and all of you.
Does he really?
Why, sure he does. See, Lum, he's a bachelor, and he ain't never had no young'uns of his own, and whilst he never come right out flat-footed and admitted to it, that's the one thing he'd rather have than every one thing there is.
Oh.
So now you just get them ideas out of your pretty little head, sis.
Yes, sir. What else does the postcard say?
Let's see. Arrive here, sound and safe. Am seeing a feller this afternoon on business.
On business.
Wish me luck. Hope everything is fine there. Everything is fine here.
Fine.
With lots of love, Lum.
It's a nice postcard, ain't it?
Oh, that Lum, he writes a postcard. Yes, sir, he sure does. He writes one. He sure does write 'em. Yeah.
I never got no postcard before.
You never?
Mm-mm.
Well, didn't your mom and papa ever send you one?
Uh-uh. I don't have a mama.
Oh, I see. Well, didn't your papa ever write you one?
Uh-uh.
Oh, well, more like this. He's just too busy to sit around and write postcards to young'un. What does your papa do for a living anyway? You never did tell us nothing about him.
Oh, he works.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of work does he do? I mean, what line of business is he in?
I guess I'll go outdoors and play now.
Huh?
I promised Virginia Blevins I'd come over to her house today.
Oh, well, sure. Run along. Enjoy yourself.
I will. Oh, gee, I pretty near forgot something. Something I have to look up.
Look up?
Uh-huh. I gotta find out about Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Uh-huh. The kids keep asking me questions about it, and I never know what to answer.
Oh.
They think it's funny I don't know more about my own hometown.
Yeah, doggy, that's right, ain't it? As long as you're supposed to be Lum's niece from Wisconsin, I reckon it would be a good idea if you know something about it. I'll tell you, get the almanac. That tells everything there is to know about Wisconsin. Yes, sir.
Will that tell the kind of stuff the kids ask me about?
Why, sure. Just read a few pages of it. The almanac will tell you all you need to know. Excuse me just a second while I get the phone there.
Yeah, all right.
Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, what is it, Cedric? Got what? Insomnia. Oh, well, I wondered why you weren't sleeping now, long as you're working nights again. Yeah, it is awful hot. Well, all I can suggest is you count sheep, Cedric. Try that, huh? Uh-huh. Well, that's about all I ever know to do. If I think any other way to get you to sleep, I'll call you back. Yeah, not at all, Cedric. Goodbye. Poor Cedric. Got the insomnia. So hot this afternoon he can't get a wink of sleep.
Didn't counting sheep help him a bit?
No, 'cause he has to keep getting up out of bed all the time to ask his mama what comes after 18. You find out anything about Wisconsin in the almanac there?
Yeah, but the kids don't ask me any of this stuff.
What stuff?
Oh, like, Wisconsin ranks 5th in zinc production, 4th in iron ore output, and the fisheries are highly productive.
Well, that's handy stuff to know, I reckon.
But the kids ask me what my hometown looks like and what color house I live in.
Oh, well, you can just make all that stuff up, Tiff. Say you live in a red house. They'll never know the difference. None of them's ever been to Wisconsin either.
Red house, huh?
Yeah, but you ought to know that stuff in the almanac there, 'cause they might have read the almanac themselves, you know.
Somebody ain't gonna ask me where Wisconsin ranks in zinc production.
Well, they might now. They might ask you how many sinks you have in your house or something like that. Wait a minute, there comes Squire Skim. You just keep reading that. It'll help you a whole lot now.
I don't think so.
So good, I wish I could think of some way to help poor Cedric get to sleep. That boy, he needs it working all night long. Well, howdy, Squire.
Well, gentlemen. Oh, that is, gentlemen and Miss Mary. Well, how are you today, Miss Mary?
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, glad to hear. I just stopped in for a can of tobacco, Abner. You know my brand there.
Yeah, sure, Lord, to after all these years, Squire, I'll get it.
Yes, indeed. Well, Miss Mary, how are you enjoying your visit to our fair city?
Oh, just fine.
Well, good. You know, I believe that you put on a little weight since I saw you that day at the county seat. Our climate and food here must agree with you.
Yes, sir, it agrees just fine.
Yes, well, that's good. By the way, Miss Mary, what city in Wisconsin do you live in?
Why,
Sheboygan Falls. Here's your tobacco, Squire.
Oh, yes, much obliged, Abner. Just put it down on the books, Abner.
Yeah, I done did it already.
That's fine.
Well, drop in again, Squire.
Oh, yes, I will, Abner. Sheboygan Falls, huh?
yes, sir. Live in a red house.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yes, it's quite a pretty town, Sheboygan Falls. See, I used to travel all through that country up there. Know the town well.
You do?
How's the insurance business these days, Squire?
Oh, just fair, Abner. Oh, yes, I used to stop over at the hotel quite frequently. By the way, do you know Joe Coleman?
Joe? No, I think I do.
That's strange. I thought everybody in town knew Joe Coleman. That's very odd. Well, I've got to get back over the place. I'll see you later, Abner. And good day to you, Miss Mary.
Good day.
Yeah, so long, Squire.
Gee, I'm glad he's gone.
Huh?
I don't think I like him.
Oh, Squire's all right, Mary.
I don't like the way he looks at you and says, that's strange.
Well, he just likes to talk. Oh, guess I wonder if blowing into a paper sack would do it.
What? Blowing in a paper sack?
Yes, sir. It's funny. I never thought of that before.
What are you talking about, Uncle Abner?
Oh, nothing. I got to call Cedric. You go over and read up on Wisconsin now, sis.
All right.
Hey, why don't you sit by the door there, Mary? Get a little breeze. Might be cooler.
The breeze is hotter in the air in here.
Hello? Who is this, Miss Weehunt? This is Abner Peabody. I'd like to speak to Cedric, please, Mom. Well, would you mind waking him up? This is important. Yes, Mom, awful important. All right, I'll wait. Look at this. Mama never wanted to wake him up. You find anything interesting, Mary?
Devil's Lake in Sauk County is set between Mammoth Quartzite Bluff.
Well, that's nice.
It is fed by springs and has no visible outlet.
Oh, that's a shame. Hello, Cedric? It don't sound like you. Wake up, Cedric. Shake yourself there. You're still asleep. Cedric, you're standing there in the kitchen, ain't you? Well, throw a dipper of cold water in your face. That'll wake you. I'll wait. Don't get that boy. Standing there trying to talk so groggy, don't know what he's doing hardly at all. Still asleep. Hello? Cedric? Are you awake now? You sure? Well, listen, Cedric, I just thought of something. This will solve everything for you. Get a paper sack and blow into it for 3 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Oh, it don't matter what color, just any paper sack. Oh, not at all, Cedric, not at all. Goodbye.
What were you telling Cedric to do that for?
Oh, of course, he's got this terrible insomnia, and that'll get him to sleep.
Oh, no. That's for curing the hiccups.
Huh? Hiccups? I doggy, that's right, ain't it? Oh, me. Reckon how come me to make a mistake like that? Well, here, I better call him back again, then.
Do I have to read any more in this book?
Well, I would if I was you. I think you ought to know all you can about Wisconsin. I know if I... Hello? Cedric? Well, listen, Cedric, about putting your head in that paper sack. Oh, done did it, huh? Oh. Well, yeah, well, try counting sheep again. That might get rid of them. Yeah, let me know how everything comes out. All right, goodbye. Poor Cedric, he has more troubles.
What's wrong now?
Why, he can't get back to sleep now because he's got the hiccup.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Abner is still running the store along while Lum is out of town, his only helper being Ellie Connors, the runaway reform school girl, whom they have renamed Mary Edwards. Lum is trying to persuade the reformatory to place the girl in Lum and Abner's custody. And so far, Abner has had no word of how well Lum is doing with this none-too-easy task. As we look in the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot-'em-Down store and library. Mousy Gray is just entering. But...
Well, howdy, Mousy. Come on in. Proud to see you.
Hello, Abner.
Now, how's your job over at the defense plant coming along?
Oh, just dandy. I enjoy the work an awful lot.
Well, has it started to seem like a mother to you yet?
Yes, sir.
Well, just what kind of a job is it you got over there, Mousy?
Well, sir, I've got a pretty responsible job there now, Abner. I have a lot of men under me.
Well, good for you, Mousy.
You know all those great big machines on the main floor there?
Oh, yeah, I saw them. Yeah, Walt Bates showed me through the plant one day over there. Yeah, there's an awful lot of machines there.
Well, sir, you know, it takes an awful lot of men to run them, too.
Oh, bound to. And you're in charge of all them fellers, huh?
Well, not exactly, but you see, up above them is a sort of an office where a watchman sits.
Oh, I see. You're the watchman. Is that it, Mousie?
No, sir, but see, that office gets awful dusty up there, and I have to keep it clean.
Well, Lord me, is that all you do? Just sweep out the office?
Yes, sir, but I have to be careful and not sweep the dirt down on top of those workers, you know. Yes, sir, it's quite a job having that many men under you, all right.
For the land's sake, way you talked at first there, I figured you might not run in the place over there, Mousie.
Well, not quite. See, I don't like to advance too quick. It's better to work up slow and be sure of your ground. Wasn't that your ring, Abner?
Oh, yeah, I reckon it was. I never paid no attention. Excuse me a minute, Mousie.
Yes, sir.
Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Huh? Grandpap, I told you the other day I can't leave here to play checkers with you. I ain't got nobody to leave in the store. Well, it ain't my fault you got yourself laid up. No, sir, don't you play no game and do my moving for me. Well, you done that the other day and then told everybody how you beat me 4 out of 5 games, and I don't like it. I don't want them reports out on me. Well, you can pretend somebody else is playing with you. Cedric Wehunt, for instance. Oh, that's right. He don't play very good, does he? Well, have it be Mose Moots then. He's about the best one player there is in town. Yeah. Oh, I don't care. You can let me know how the game comes out if you want to. Yeah, all right, Grandpap. Goodbye. Gonna let him play for me no more. Cheats too much, old varmint.
Has Grandpappy Spears laid up, Abner?
Oh, yeah, and all he wants to do is just lay over in bed and play checkers all day long.
Well, what happened to him?
Well, you know he has that messenger job now, delivering telegrams for Dick Huddleston. Of course, there ain't more than a couple of telegrams a year ever comes into Pine Ridge, but Grandpap, he takes the job awful serious.
Yes, sir, he does seem to.
Well, the other day he seen a picture of a telegraph boy in a magazine riding a bicycle, so right away he thinks he has to get a bicycle too.
Well, he's too old for that, isn't he?
Why, of course he is, but he wouldn't listen to none of us. So he borrowed a bicycle from a little Abernathy boy and had Cedric help him get on it. Then, of course, he had to start showing off in front of the blacksmith shop over there.
Showing off?
Oh, yeah. Even taking his hands off the handlebars. And just about then, his pants leg got caught in a chain, and, well, that ended Grandpap right there.
Well, did he hurt himself bad?
Well, he sprained his back to where Doc Miller's making him stay in bed for a day or two.
Oh, gee, that's too bad.
Well, he ought to know better in the first place. Old feller his age, but you can't tell Grandpap nothing. Stubborn as a blue-nosed mule. I recollect one time. Wait a minute, that's more likely him on the phone again. Excuse me, Mousie.
Yes, sir.
Jot 'em down, store and library. Mom? Yeah, this is Abner Peabody. Yes, Mom. Long distance. Oh, yeah, I'll hold the phone. So this must be a call from Lum.
Is Lum still out of town?
Oh, yeah. I sort of expect him home today or tomorrow, though.
Well, where's his niece Mary staying now? She over at your place, Abner?
Yeah. Well, fact is, she's with Elizabeth right now, helping her sew on a quilt or something over there, some piecework of some kind. So I wonder what Lum's calling about.
I don't know, but I guess I better be getting back to the plant, Abner. It's about time for me to go to work.
Yeah, sure, all right, Mousie. Drop in again whenever you get time.
Yes, sir, I will. Oh, so long, Abner.
Yeah, so long. Oh, get out, hoop old Lummy. Hello? Hello? Hello, is that you, Lum? Hey, this is Abner. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Well, I ain't hollering. Hello? Huh? Oh, I'm fine. How are you? Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. When will you be getting home, Lum? Monday? Oh, what's the trouble? They ain't told you in the penitentiary, have they? Well, I'm proud to hear that. Yeah, well, have you talked to them at the reform school yet? Uh-huh. Well, have you told them that we are keeping Ellie and everything here? Yeah, what'd they say? Oh, what sort of a meeting? Oh, uh-huh. Won't know till after the meeting's over, huh? Saturday? Oh, well, do you reckon they'll parole her to us? Dog it, I hope so. Talk to them, Lum. Get them to do it if you can. Yeah.
Well, howdy, Abner. Oh, pardon me, I didn't notice you was on the phone there.
Yeah, be done just a minute, Squire. How's that, Lum? Oh, well, I can't answer that now, a customer just come in. Squire Skim. Yeah.
If that's Lum, say hello to him for me, Abner.
Yeah, Lum, Squire says hello to you. Yeah, just a minute. Hello, Squire. Lum said to tell you. Oh, yeah, costing you money, huh? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, all right then, Lum. Wait a minute. On your way back, will you stop at the dime store there in Hot Springs and get me a new pair of glasses? Yeah, my old ones are sort of getting bent out of shape. Well, just fit 'em over your ears. They fit you, they fit me. Yeah. Well, all right then. I'll see you Monday. Yeah, goodbye.
Well, that must be quite a trip Lum's making, Abner.
Oh, yeah, quite a trip, I reckon, Squire. He sort of needed a vacate, though.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Change does a man good now and then. Say, Abner, this girl, this niece of Lum's, Miss Mary, whose daughter is she anyway?
Whose daughter? Why, she's her mama and papa's daughter, I reckon.
Well, yes, I know, Abner, but she said that her name was Mary Edwards, and Lum hasn't got any brothers, has he?
Huh?
I know he has a half-sister, but when she got married, her name wouldn't be Edwards anymore. And neither would the girl's name be Edwards.
Oh, well, you see, Squire, that was a peculiar thing. Well, she married a feller, and his name was Edwards, too. Fred Edwards, I believe it was. Everybody thought it was awful peculiar.
Oh, I see. Well, so that's odd that Lum never mentioned anything about that to me. What does this Mr. Edwards do, Abner?
Oh, why, he's doing awful good. See, he's got a big ranch, banana ranch, I believe it is.
Banana ranch in Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's it.
Why, you can't raise bananas in Wisconsin, Abner. It's too cold up there.
Oh, yes, huh? Yeah, well, they ain't very big ones, Squire. Fred admits that himself. Fact says he's thinking about changing over to something else. He says they just don't grow to do no good at all there.
I thought you said he did well at it.
Well, he did, I reckon. That is till cold weather set in. What do you want to know all this for anyway, Squire?
Oh, no reason at all, Abner, no reason at all. Just curious is all. Well, I better be getting on. I got a couple of insurance prospects waiting for me. I'll see you later, Abner. I believe that was your ring there, too.
Yeah, I'll get it. So long, Squire.
Yeah, so long, Abner.
Oh, I reckon what he's got up his sleeve. Hello, jot 'em down, store. Oh, hello, Grandpap. Doggies, I thought it was Lum calling again. Huh? Well, I just wanted to talk to him. You're going to do what? Punch me in the nose? Why, sure, I was the one that suggested you pretend you was playing moles, but that ain't no sign you can punch me in the nose. Huh? Well, I do know. Hey, he beat you 4 games hand running, huh? I doggy, that's the first good news I've heard all day.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum reported to Abner by long-distance phone yesterday that his efforts to get Ellie Connors, now Mary Edwards, paroled from the state reformatory are moving along just a little more slowly than expected, and that he wouldn't return until Monday. In the meantime, Squire Kemp has been asking far too many questions about Mary for Abner's peace of mind. As we look at the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library talking on the telephone. Listen.
And a bucket of lard. Is that all now? All right, Miss Goshen, we'll try to get that over there today sometime. Mom? No, Lum won't be back till Monday. Oh, yes, good for him to get away on a trip.
No,
yes, Mom.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. Well, much obliged. Goodbye. Well, hello, Mary. Where about you been?
Oh, just around.
Say, sis, would you sort of hang around the store later on this afternoon while I make some delivers?
Sure.
Fact is, I was just thinking this morning, it might be a good idea for you to start learning the grocery business, just learn it from the ground upwards. Would you like to do that? Be a big surprise to Lum when he gets back, you answering the phone and keeping the books and everything.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And I'm just a feller that can learn it to you, too. Now, first of all, you ought to learn, say, what are you looking so peculiar for? Ain't you feeling good?
Oh, I feel all right.
Well, you don't look your best. Not your level best, anyway. You sure now you ain't sick?
Oh, no, I feel good. Honest, I do.
Well, now, if you don't, why, don't be afraid to say so. You ain't worried about Squire Skimp, are you? I mean, about him asking all them questions about you and your papa and everything.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's good. Of course, he has been acting suspicious here lately. I'll be glad when Lum gets back, but now there ain't nothing for you to get yourself all upset about. Well, let's see, first off, now, you ought to learn how we do the bookkeeping here.
Say, Uncle Abner.
Huh?
How old are you and Aunt Elizabeth?
Huh?
I mean, is she older than you?
Why, Lord, me, no. I'm 4 years older than Elizabeth. Well, 4 years, 2.5 months to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to know that for?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, well, now, here, I'll show you the books here, and then we'll...
Is Mrs. Seastrunk older than Mr. Seastrunk?
Why, no, leastways I don't think so. No, Ezra must be about...
Is Mrs. Weehunt older than Mr. Weehunt?
For the land's sake, sis, what are you asking all them questions for?
Oh, nothing. Most married wives is younger than their husbands, ain't they?
Well, you take generality of married folks, I'd say yes. Of course, now, there's some exceptions to that, I reckon, too.
Well, when the woman's older, it don't work out very good, though, does it?
Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it don't, I reckon. All depends.
Oh.
It ain't the best idea in the world, though, I don't reckon.
No.
Now, you take Lucian Burdette there. Lucian married a woman at least 13 years older than him, and she bossed him around something wonderful. Oh, she done it, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, she did, huh?
Oh, yeah. Bossed him to where, well, strangers just thought Lucian was her boy instead of her husband. Why, she even cut his hair for him. Won't let him go to the barber shop by herself, even.
Gee.
Every Sunday she gives him a couple of nickels to drop in the collection plate at church. No, that was a mistake, that marriage of theirs, sure.
Yeah. Age is a great barrier.
Huh?
Well, show me the bookkeeping books, Uncle Abner.
Oh, sure. Well, you see now, we keep them right here by the cash drawer, and then we write down every time somebody buys something and don't pay cash money for it.
Yeah.
And we keep track of whatever we owe the wholesale house and places like that. And
Gee, I wish I was younger.
Wish you was younger?
Mm-hmm. But I guess we just have to face those things, don't we?
Well, for the land's sake, what are you talking about anyway? A 12-year-old young'un wishing she was younger.
Well, show me the books.
Oh.
Whereabouts do you write that stuff down? Just any place here?
Oh, no, of course not.
No?
No, got a regular place for everything. See, it's got to be done just exactly right, everything you put in here. We couldn't never balance the books if we wasn't awful careful about such as that. Well, now, look here. See, right here, I wrote down here, That's cuter. Can't make it out. Must be Lum's handwriting there, I reckon.
No, that's your handwriting, Uncle Abner.
Yeah, it might be.
See?
Yeah, I know it says $11, either 28 or 53 cents one. Who could we have sold something to for $11.53?
Phone rings.
Phone. Well, here, you answer it. Be a good chance for you to start learning it right now. Just say, jot 'em down, store.
I know how to do it.
Oh, well, go ahead, try it out then.
Jot 'em down, store and library. Mary Edwards doing the talking.
Doggy, that's all right.
What? Oh. Well, just a minute. Here, Uncle Abner, you take it.
No, go ahead. You're doing fine.
I don't want to talk to him.
You don't? Who is it, Squire Skin?
No, it's Kenny Pomeroy.
Well, no, me. You know him, don't you?
Yeah, but please do talk to him. I don't want to. Tell him I went somewhere, please.
Oh, well, all right. I don't understand. Hello, Kenny. What is it you want? Oh, well, she just went over the post office, I think. Yeah, all right. Goodbye. Oh, you was the one he wanted to talk to, Mary.
Yes, I know, but... Show me more about the books now. You write what down where?
Oh, yeah, let's see. I reckon we better just cross out that $11 item there. No use having something in the books here if you don't recollect what it is.
Well, is it all right to just cross it out that way?
Well, it's all right if you're neat about it. See what a straight line I drawed through there?
Yeah.
Now, this next item here... Oh, that's nothing. No, it don't matter.
Well, what does that mean? Abner 2, Grandpap 4.
Oh, it's just some record we have to keep. But it ain't right. That's supposed to be Abner 4 and Grandpap 2. He never beat me no 4 games of checkers in his whole life.
Is that what it is? Keeping track of your checker games?
Why,
I thought Uncle Lum told you to stop doing that. Says you can't never get the books to balance when you do that.
Yeah, well, that's just 'cause Lum ain't no good at bookkeeping, that's all. See, he just ain't got no head for figures.
No.
Now, let's see this next one here. Mrs. M. Barton, $6.47. Hey, sis, where you going?
Oh, I just want to see something out front.
What is it, a fire or something? Well, let me see. We ain't had nothing exciting happen in town here for a long time. Not since... I don't see nothing. There goes that little Kenny Pomeroy across the street there. But I don't see nothing there. Wait a minute. Doggies, Mary, you sweet on Kenny.
I know, of course I
am. You young'uns, if that don't beat all.
I ain't in love with him at all. I ain't no such thing. I don't like him a bit.
Oh, no, of course not. Not a bit.
I ain't. I never could love him.
Oh, no. Doggies, I wish Lum was here. He'd love to see this.
Now, don't you tell him nothing about this. Please don't, please.
Well, I don't reckon I have to tell him. He might be able to figure it out for himself. Uh-oh, wait a minute, there comes Squire Skin.
Oh, him. Gee, I wish he wouldn't come over.
Well, now, don't you say much to him. Just let me do most of the talking now.
Don't worry, I won't talk to him. He acts too nice.
Well, howdy, Abner. Miss Mary.
Hello.
Yeah, howdy, Squire. What can we do for you today?
Oh, not much, Abner. I'm in a hurry. I just want to ask Miss Mary here if her father had ever taken out any insurance for her.
Oh, well, I might not sure he has. Hasn't he, Mary?
Well, yes, I guess so. Yes, he has.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. You see, I have a brand new policy now, which he can convert that other one into. This new one has twice as many benefits and provides for all of the girls' education. Yes, it's a very good policy. Very good. Let's see now, what did you say your father's name was?
Why,
Oh, yes, I remember now. Fred Edwards. That's what you told me yesterday, wasn't it, Abner?
Yeah, I believe that's it, Squire. Yeah, Fred Edwards, yeah.
And now, let's see, what's your address there in Sheboygan Falls?
Address? Why, gee, I forgot.
Oh, well, I can just send a letter to my friend Joe Coleman up there, and he can forward it to Mr. Edwards. Well, much obliged. Sorry, but I've got to be running along now.
Here, well, wait a minute, Squire.
Oh, well, I'll see you later, Abner. I'm in a rush right now. Good day.
Oh, my goodness alive.
Gee, is he really going to write a letter up there, do you suppose?
Doggies, I reckon so. I tell you, Mary, he must fishing something. That's all I can figure out. I wish that Lum would hurry up and get back to town.
There's the phone.
Huh? Oh, I wish I knowed where to call Lum. I just put... Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Huh? Oh, just a second. Here, sis, it's for you. I think it's Kenny again.
Well, tell him I ain't come back yet. Please.
All right. Hello? Why, she ain't come back yet, Kenny. Why, no, I don't know whereabouts she's at. Uh-huh. All right, goodbye. Well, Reese, what's the matter with you, Mary? That Kenny's an awful nice boy. What?
Let's not talk about it, Uncle Abner.
Well, now, I can tell by the way you're acting that you wished you was out there playing games with him right this minute.
No, there's some things we all have to be brave and face.
Huh?
The barrier's too great between us.
Have you been reading them love story magazines again?
Well, it's all true. I just have to forget him. Oh, Uncle Abner, it's the old story. Age.
Age?
Uh-huh. You see, I'm 12.
Yeah.
And he's only 11.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Hi, Doggy's Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Well, this is the day that Lum is to return from his trip to the state reformatory, and Abner is anxiously waiting to hear how successful was the attempt to get Ellie Connors paroled. Ellie, who hasn't been told the purpose of Lum's trip, continues to enjoy her new role of Mary Edwards, Lum's niece. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Cedric in the Jot 'em Down store and library.
Well, Cedric, I ain't got time to help you figure nothing out now. Lum will be back here any minute, just quick as a mail hack gets in, and then me and him's got a lot of business to talk over.
Well, just help me till Mr. Lum gets here then.
Well, all right, if you insist. What is it that's troubling you?
Well, see, I'm supposed to write some stuff down on a piece of paper here.
Huh?
That's what they've been telling me on the radio.
Oh.
Supposed to figure it out for myself, they said.
Figure what out, Cedric?
How I can save more extra money to put into war bonds.
Oh.
The payroll savings plan, they call it.
Well, you're done putting 10% into that, ain't you?
Yes, Mom, but I'm supposed to figure out how I can put more than that into it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, that's the thing to do, all that, Cedric. Put all you can in it.
And I'm supposed to put down how much expenses I spend and how much income I've got coming in or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And then you subtract them and then you got it.
Yeah, well, that's easy enough to do, Cedric. Now, here, just hand that sheet of paper you got there. Now, right over here on this side of the paper, why, you write down how much you make. How much are you getting now, Cedric?
Oh, $18.50 a week.
$18.50 a week? Doggy, that's a big salary for a boy your age.
Yes, Mom.
Well,
doing good, I think.
Just put that down right there, then, $18.50, and then over here on this side, write down how much you spend every week.
Now, let's see, the pinball machine, that cost me quite a lot.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put that down, Cedric. That ain't a necessity. And besides, you ought to cut that out anyway. That's wasting your money.
Well, I buy 4 gallons of gasoline every week. That's 52 cents. The kind of gas I buy is anyway.
All right, 52 cents. Put that down right there. Now, what does it cost you to eat?
Well, enough Mama puts up my lunch for me.
Oh.
I buy a couple of candy bars every week, though, nearly.
Yeah, well, that's 10 cents more. Put that down. What else now?
Can't think of nothing else, hardly.
Well, you ought to have something else to put down there, Cedric. That don't look right.
I know one thing. I ain't going to buy no electric washing machine.
Huh?
On the radio, they said I oughtn't to buy nothing I don't need.
Oh.
I don't need none.
Ah.
And they said I couldn't buy no household electric things no ways.
Yeah, well, you ought to do it then. Well, that's a saving right there, too, Cedric.
How much do I save on that?
Well, I don't know. Electric washing machine, at least $70, I reckon.
Well, good for me. For what?
Let's see now. That ain't an expense, so I reckon we'd write that down on this other side here.
Yes,
that over here. Yes.
I don't think I'll buy an electric graphophone either.
Well, you couldn't buy one of them in town no way, Cedric.
Oh, yes, Mama can. Frank Foster wants to sell that big graphophone he's got.
He does?
Wants $180 for it, or a cow.
Well, that's different then. See, I reckon we can put that down over here, too. Let's see, that's $180 more you're saving. Anything else now, Cedric?
Well, Mama, don't think so.
Well, let me figure this out for you then. It'll take
Is that enough, you think?
Yeah, that'll do it, I reckon. That's all you do. See, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 15, 16, minus, subtract the expense, that's 62 from, 2 from 5.
I can do it without some field glasses, but they ain't got none no way, so I can't do it without them if they ain't got them account.
Doggy said, according to this, every week you can save $267.88 out of your salary.
200?
Yeah.
For goodness sakes alive. Boy.
Doggy, somehow or other, that don't sound just quite right, though.
Well, I'm satisfied with it just like it is. Sounds good to me.
Well, it's too high, though, I think. You got to cut that down somehow, Cedric.
Do I? Paying too much.
Sure, yeah. Well, me, all you start out with in the first place is $18.50, and here you wind up with over $2. Wait a minute, look there, Cedric. There's Lump, there he comes right there. Doggy, it's good to see you. Look there, that's him, Cedric.
Well, what about that payroll thing here?
Yeah, well, you just have to figure that out for yourself, Cedric. I ain't got time to help you no more now.
Well, I'm a saver, ain't I?
Yeah, you better run along, old cause me and Lum's got a lot of business to discuss, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah, howdy, Lum. Hi, Doggy, you old rascal. Come on in here.
Yeah, howdy, Abner. Yeah, hello there, Cedric.
Hello, Mr. Lum.
Here, let me take your hand satchel for you, Lum.
Yeah, thank you. Granny's good to see you, Abner.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Have a good trip, Mr. Lum.
Cedric, don't start asking a lot of silly questions. You better run along now. Come back tomorrow and Lum will tell you all about it.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah, we'll see you later, Cedric.
Well, proud you're back, Mr. Lum.
Well, thank you, Cedric.
So long.
So long. All right, Doggy, I'm glad you're back. Lump, did you have a good trip?
Oh, yeah. Pretty good, I reckon. Glad to be back here, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what about Mary, Lum? Are they going to parole her to us, or what they say about it?
Well, hold your horses.
Huh?
You let a feller sit down and collect his wits together.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sit down. Yeah.
Granny's, it ain't easy traveling nowadays.
Well,
I advise anybody that's got any place to go not to go unless they have to.
well, you
Just
know.
war to a frazzle. War to a frazzle.
Yeah, well, just sit down and rest yourself. What'd they say about Mary? Did you get that pair of spectacles from at the dime store?
Yeah, I got them.
Good,
They're in the
good.
satchel. Or no, wait a minute. I got them in my pocket.
Oh.
Right here. Yeah, there you are.
Well, good for you, Lum. Much obliged for recollecting it. My old ones are getting just bent up to where I couldn't hardly wear them at all.
Yeah, I hope they fit all right.
All right, Doggy, I sure did need these spectacles.
I measured the handles on them, see if they fit over the ears.
Yeah, they fit all right. Fit fine.
Good. They ought to work all right then.
I can't hardly see nothing to them to do no good.
Well, they have to get set to your eyes.
Yeah, well, it shows right there how bad my eyes are
Oh,
getting. Everything looks blurred to me out here now.
Do you headache?
No, it don't seem to bother me yet, but it just, everything looks blurred. It ain't foggy today, I know that.
No, it must be the glasses. Well, your eyes will get set to them.
Yeah.
Feller oughtn't to ever neglect his eyes. I've always said that.
Oh,
Always said it.
yeah.
Said it 1,000 or 100 times.
Yeah, well, I got these new
And I'll
ones
say
here.
it again.
I got them just in time. Just in time, I sure did. Now, what about Mary, Lum? Are they going to parole her to us?
Well, yes and no.
Huh?
Well, see, here's what happened. Well, first I talked to a couple of fellows there at the reformatory, and they said it couldn't be done at all.
Oh, my goodness.
But I just kept arguing and talking, and finally they sent me in to see the head feller there.
Head fella, huh?
Mr. Barstow, his name was.
Barstow,
I
huh?
recollect the name because that's the name of a town.
Uh-huh.
I think I'd already talked to him whenever I phoned you long distance.
Well, you said you'd talk to somebody, but that you had to wait for some kind of meeting they was going to have.
Yeah, well, this Mr. Barstow, that's the name of a town,
Yeah.
was an awful nice fella. I enjoyed talking to him.
Well, that's nice.
But at first, he said it couldn't be done neither.
He did, huh?
Yeah, see, when Mary run away from there, that might nigh ruined her chances of ever getting parole before her time was up there.
Oh, I see.
And he said they had a kind of a serious charge against her. Stealing.
Stealing?
That's That's what he said.
Mary done some stealing?
And it don't seem possible, but that's what it was.
For the land's sakes, well, she must not have known what she was doing then, Lum.
Well, I don't think she did.
Why, no.
Mr. Barstow, it's the name of a town out west,
Huh?
said he thought it was her papa that learned her to do that.
Her papa? Why, that snake in the weeds.
Well, that's just about what he is, too.
He's a snake in or out of the weeds.
He's been in jail several times himself. They don't even know where he's at now.
Well, I do know. Such a papa. Such a varmint.
Fact is, one of the main reasons they put her in a reformatory in the first place was on account of her papa weren't no fit human to be raising a youngin' like her.
Why, of course
Wanted
not.
to get her away from his influence, Mr. Barstow said.
Doggies in, I'd think they'd want to throw her out to fellers like me or you, Lum.
Well, that was the thing that helped most of all.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, right there. After I'd talked myself blue and black in the face, Mr. Barstow, it's the name of a town, said he'd take it up with this committee. I forget just what he called it.
That was a meeting on Saturday, huh?
Yeah, and here's what they decided.
Yeah.
They're going to let her stay with us.
Well, good for them.
But it's just a temporary thing. She's on probation.
Huh?
Probation, I guess it is.
Oh.
That means that for the next few weeks she's going to be watched awful close, and the first time she does something that ain't just right, why, back she goes to the reformatory.
Oh. Well, we don't need to worry about that, Lum. Mary ain't going to do nothing wrong. I know she won't.
No, I ain't so much worried about that myself, but here's the bad part.
Say, which one of us is she going to be paroled to, Lum?
Well, that's kind of complicated. She's being paroled to me, but mostly to you and Elizabeth.
Me and Elizabeth?
You see, that committee figured long as I was a bachelor, I wouldn't know much about raising a young'un myself, so they wanted a married couple in there. And that's where you and Elizabeth come in.
Well, good for us. Doggies, I'm proud we got married
But
now.
as I started to say, here's the bad part. You know who they're putting in charge of watching over Mary to see that she don't infract the law now?
No, who?
Our own town marshal, Uncle Henry Lunsford.
Uncle Henry?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know what that means. He'll be snooping around here every minute of the day trying to catch Mary doing something wrong.
Why, he's liable to even make up stuff about her,
Well,
Lum.
of course he is. And there ain't nothing we can do about it now. They've done give him the power already.
Well, I'll tell you somebody else that's been doing some snooping, too, and that's that Squire Skin.
Squire Skin?
Yes, sir. While you was gone, he kept coming in here asking Mary and me both a lot of questions, and he wanted her papa's name and address up there in Sheboygan Falls so that he could write him a letter about taking out some insurance for Mary.
He did, huh?
Yeah.
And I better have a talk with him.
I wish you would. And I'll tell you another. Wait a minute. There comes Cedric back again. Don't
How can you tell who it is with them glasses? I know you can't see that far.
I ain't got the glasses on. I got them raised up over my eyes.
Oh, I see. I thought you still wear.
No, sir.
What's that paper and pencil Cedric's carrying around there?
Well, he's trying to figure out he can save more money out of his salary for war bonds. See, he's just making $18.50 a week, and he had it figured out to where he could save over $200 out of that.
For goodness
See,
sake. Better put your glasses back on, Evan. You know you need them.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to hurt my eyes now.
Hey, Mr. Abner, I believe I got it all figured out now, I think.
Well, good for you, Cedric.
I got it back down to just $18.50.
Well, good. How'd you do it?
Oh, it was easy.
Huh?
I bought a washing machine and Frank Foster's graphophone.
Bought them?
Yes, Mom.
Well, wait a minute. How you going to pay for them, Cedric? Where did you get the money?
Well, out of the $267 I can save out of next week's salary.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggies Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Well, the state reformatory has placed Ellie Connors, now known as Mary Edwards, on probation for a few weeks and will decide at the end of that period whether or not the girl should be released and allowed to remain with Lum and Abner. Uncle Henry Lunsford, the town marshal, has been appointed as probation officer. As we look in our little community today, we find the old fellows in their jot-em-down store and library. Listen.
Yeah, but Lum, I still think we ought to tell Mary about her being on that probation and all that stuff.
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Oh, I'm bound to be.
Just feared, though, it's going to make her feel self-unconscious if she knows she's being watched all the time. Something like that makes you feel kind of cutie, you know. pretty soon you get to acting suspicious, and then, well, it just gets to be one of them ferocious circles.
Yeah, but Lum,
On the other hand, maybe if she knows Uncle Henry Lunsford will send her back to the reformatory if she does do anything wrong, maybe that'll put her on her best behavior.
why, sure it will.
That'd be the safest thing to do it, Dad.
Oh, there ain't no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I'll have a little talk with her if she comes down to the store today.
Yeah.
She was aiming on coming down, wasn't she?
Well, I believe she was. Her and some other little girls went out to pick some berries this morning, looked for muscadines and stuff. They ought to be back by now, though.
Uh-huh. Just one thing I hope, and that is, hope Uncle Henry don't get to talking too much and tell everybody in town who Mary actually is.
Well, does he know that she's Ellie Connors and she's the one that escaped from a reformatory and all that?
Well, sure he does. He has to know that.
He does.
The reformatory told him all that when they pinned him as the fellow who's supposed to watch over Mary while she's on probation.
Oh, I see, yeah.
I talked to Uncle Henry about that, and he said he'd keep it to himself, all right, but you know what happens to him when he gets in the barber shop there.
Oh, yeah.
Has to tell everything he knows and a lot of stuff he don't know.
Yeah, only way Mose Moose can keep him from talking, just ram that brush in his mouth, fill his mouth full of lather to get him to hush up. He's always telling stories about all the desperate criminals he's arrested. I don't believe he's actually arrested more than 2 people all the time he's had that job of town marshal.
Well, when he gets to talking like that, Mose generally drops a hot towel on his face, too.
Yeah, that hushes him up.
That's one that Mose bows them towels on the stove there and carries them over there at the stick. He's scared to take them up with his hand and just drops them on her face. I've seen fellas come running out of that barber shop screaming at the top of their voice.
Well, he has to drop the towels. He can't hold them no longer as hard as he gets them on.
And then when he gets to straightening you with that razor, it just feels about like he's beating them off with a wet rope.
Oh, yeah, worst thing in the world. Have to take a drink of water, see if your mouth leaks any place every time he gets through shaving it. Yeah, he's the worst.
I know he's dying to tell something about Ellie, too.
Oh, bound to be.
Yeah, tell you, we're going to have to be awful careful with him, not get him riled up over nothing.
Yeah, you're right about that, Lum. And that ain't going to be easy to do, neither. It's that temper he's got.
He come in here when you was out making a deal error, and he had the nerve to ask if Mary had stole anything from us lately.
He did?
He done it.
Well, what'd you do, just throw the varmint out of here?
Well, I was just getting ready to do that, and then I recollected myself and realized that was the wrong approach.
Dog, I'd have throwed him out porch and no porch. I can throw him over the porch. Stand
well, that'd be the worst one thing we could do, Abner. We don't dare let him get the least bit mad at us. It just ain't safe. That's all there are to it.
Well, I know one thing. I ain't never going to vote for him for town marshal again. Not if I live to be 184-year-old.
Yeah, I told him Mary'd give up stealing for good, but then he wanted to get her fingerprints.
Fingerprints? What do you want them for?
I don't know. He takes this job he's got here so dadgum serious sometimes. It drives me stark or even mad crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I recollect one fella he had in jail there. He wanted to shave his head, and then he made him take a hammer and break up some rocks, and then couldn't figure out nothing to do with the rocks after he got them broke up.
Wait a minute. There comes Mary up out there now.
Huh? Oh, well. Those look like they must have done some good picking berries. Ain't that a sack of them she's got there?
It looks like it might be.
That little rascal.
Good for her.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's having the time of her life living down
Oh, she is.
Hey, now, you better let me tell her everything about the probation stuff. I'll do it so it won't make her self-unconscious.
Yeah, you handle it, Mom. You handle it. You know more about it than I do. Sure.
Well.
Oh, no. Well, howdy, sis. Did you have a good time this morning?
Sorta. Hello, Uncle Lum.
Hello, sis. What do you mean, sorta?
Well, seems like every place I go, he's hiding there.
Hiding there? Who do you mean?
Oh, that fellow with the beard. Uncle Henry Lunsford.
Why, Uncle Henry ain't got no beard.
No.
It ain't a real one. Just a funny-looking one he's wearing today.
Oh, well, I do. False whiskers.
I think he's crazy.
Yeah, doggies, I thought that same thing for years myself, sis.
What do you keep following me all over for? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'll tell you, sis. I reckon this is as good a time as any to tell you.
Makes me feel creepy or something.
Well, here's the whole story. You see, on this trip I made, one of the places I went to...
Hey, Lum. Look out the side window there. Over there, that tree there. Right across there. See there? There's Uncle Henry hiding behind peeking out over there.
Don't beat the bugs to fight.
Oh, he's got on false whiskers, too. Look at him.
He's bound and determined he's going to do this job upright.
Yeah.
Do what job?
Oh, well, as I started to tell you, sis, on this trip of mine, I went to the state reformatory.
I knew you did. I just knew you did.
Yeah, well,
How soon do I have to go back?
Well, maybe never.
Never. Never? You mean that, huh? Do you?
Well, now, wait. Don't get so excited. It all depends on how good you can be in the next few weeks.
Oh, I'll be good. Honest, I will. Honest, I will.
Why, sure, we know you will, honey.
No, we ain't much worried about that. But here's the idea. You see, I asked them there to sort of parole you out to me and Abner.
Yeah?
And at first, they's kind of getting the idea.
Oh.
You see, your running away from there didn't exactly set you in good with them.
No, I guess I shouldn't have done it.
No, you oughtn't, I don't think. But anyways, what they finally decided to do was this. They're going to let you stay here for a few weeks and put you on a probation. That means that
I know what it means.
Oh, well, that's the idea anyways. And if you don't do nothing wrong during that time, why, then they take it up again and maybe parole you to us for good.
Oh, gee.
You better tell her about Uncle Henry, though.
Oh, what's he got to do with this?
Well, see, they put him in charge of it.
Yeah, he's the one that's supposed to check up and see that you ain't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
We have to report to him every once in a while.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that none, no, sis, no.
No, I won't. I wish he'd quit following me around, though. I don't like that.
Yeah, well, you just have to put up with it, I reckon. You'll more than likely get to where it won't bother you much, Joe.
Now, just recollect this. Uncle Henry has an awful quick temper.
Oh, yeah.
Gets mad over the least little thing, so just be careful when he's around.
Yeah. Be nice to him.
Well, I'll try. I don't think I like him, though.
Well, just be on your best good behavior all the time, and you won't have nothing to worry about.
Why, of course not. Yeah, well, here, let's see what you got in the sack there. Did you get a lot of berries?
No, not awful many. I couldn't find hardly none, but we picked some flowers and pretty leaves and stuff.
Well, that's nice. Virginia Blevins go along with you?
Mm-hmm. We had another sack full of stuff, but we lost it, and then when we went back to hunt for it, we seen Uncle Henry had picked it up, and he was looking all through it.
He was? I do know, looking for something that's been stolen more like it. Did you hear that long?
Yeah. Well, if he's happy doing that, I reckon it ain't doing no harm. That's what we got to do, is keep him happy.
Oh, I wish it was somebody else, though. I'd rather keep somebody I like happy.
Well, just don't pay no attention to him, see you. What are you going to do with them wildflowers you brung back?
Oh, I don't know. Can I put them in a vase or something and put them on the table in the library there?
Well, I reckon it'll be all right, won't it, Long?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Better get the phone there, Abner. I believe that was our ring.
Oh, I don't know, Nellie. Pay no attention. I'll get it, though. John, down to the library, Abner. Peabody doing the talking. Huh? Oh, just a minute. Hey, Long.
What is it?
It's Squire Skimp, and he started to say something about getting a letter back from Wisconsin.
Getting a letter back?
Yeah, don't you know, I told you when you was gone, he come in here and wanted to sell some insurance to Mary's papa for Mary here, and wanted to know her papa's name and address so he could write him a letter. And Fred Edwards is the name I studied up for him to call her papa.
Really, that's right. That sounds bad, don't it? Here, I better talk to him.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what to say to him. Here,
Let me have the receiver.
All
Turn
right,
loose.
all right.
Hello, Squire. This is Lum. Oh, yeah. Had a fine trip.
Had a fine trip.
Uh-huh.
Fine trip.
How's that? Oh, yeah, Abner mentioned that to me. Oh, they couldn't locate Fred, huh? Well, he just moved. Yeah, well, sort of out of town, but not exactly. Kind of in and out of town, both sort of. Huh? Well, what he's actually living in is a trailer, I think. Yeah. Well, Squire, why don't you just let me handle this insurance thing for him? Yeah, I take care of lots of his business matters that way. Yeah, well, let's do it that way then, Squire. Yeah. All right, Squire. Not at all. Goodbye.
Toby, you got all that good, Lum. I got to hand it to you.
Yeah. Gee, that was a narrowly escape.
Yeah, there is all get out.
Say, can I put the flowers in the fruit jar? I couldn't find no vase.
Why, sure, yeah, that'll be fun. Here, I'll help you fix them up, sis. Come
No,
on.
I think I can do
No,
that.
I'll help you now. See what kind of flowers you got in this sack here.
They're not very pretty.
Oh, my goodness. Mary, did you pick much of this stuff here?
Huh?
I mean that leaf right there on top there.
Let's see.
Listen here.
Oh, no, Virginia picked those. I didn't think they were very pretty.
My doggies, you don't know how lucky you are, sis.
That other sack had a lot of this stuff in it. I mean the one that Uncle Henry picked up and looked all through it.
Oh, my goodness. You know what that stuff is? It's poison oak.
Poison oak?
Yeah, look there, Lord.
Oh, my goodness. Now Uncle Henry will send her back just sure as the world. She's poison oak. That's what she...